for years, she's been saying, Dave, you have ADHD. And of course, like a stupid spouse, I wouldn't listen to her. And as it turns out, in fact, I do have ADHD. And I found out this year, months ago. So at 50 years old, I got diagnosed with ADHD. Hello. And it's funny too, because like now we go through, my mom kept all my old report cards for some reason. I don't know why. And I found the old box in our closet at the house, and we were going through them, my wife and I, reading all the comments from the teachers, and it was so clear, so obvious. David would do better if he focused in class. David would do better if he stopped goofing off. David would do better if he would sit still. David needs to leave the school. So these are just some of the people that have ADHD who have actually started their own businesses, and many of these businesses, of course, you know well. Not to mention all the celebrities, actors, musicians, and so forth that have ADHD. So let's talk very quickly about ADHD symptoms. These are common symptoms of ADHD. It's very important to point out that no two people with ADHD are the same. So there are differences, but there are agreed upon things that often account for a diagnosis with ADHD, and a lot of this is part of that. So these are the symptoms, but one of the cool things about it is there are benefits of ADHD too. Ha-ha! Didn't see that coming, did you? And these are some of them. So there are two pretty big authorities in the ADHD space, Dr. Russell Barkley, and Dr. Ned Hallowell. And Ned Hallowell is this like adorable, cuddly, really sweet kind of guy. He's really sweet, and he's a big believer, and you can do it, ADHD, it's all good. And Dr. Barkley's more like of a curmudgeon. He's much more scientific. They're both doctors, and he's kind of a curmudgeon kind of guy. He's pretty cool too, though, I have to say. You should see what he did to Jordan Peterson on YouTube. That alone is worth watching. Super cool. But anyway, the two of them were at an ADHD conference, and they were asked, is ADHD a good thing or a bad thing? And they're usually kind of opposite, even though they're preaching from the same book, of course. And they agreed that properly diagnosed and treated ADHD can be a great thing. But of course, the opposite isn't such a good thing. So look at me, 50 with ADHD, and now I know. So let's talk about the root down, because you're all like, oh, you're boring me with your story. Let's talk about the root down and how this stuff applies to you all, or y'all. I've been here long enough to say y'all, so I'll just say y'all. All y'all. How about that? So the root down comes into three kind of core concepts here. There's know yourself, respect yourself, and then connect yourself. By the way, I will be giving you all a cheat sheet that you can download afterwards to go back to the exercises and the things that I'm talking about now. So you can actually do this stuff yourselves. So let's talk about the first step here in the root down. And again, that step is to know yourself.